Hey, welcome to episode 9 of CHAPcast. I'm Ashley Park, and I'll be speaking to band, artists, gig promoters, venue owners, and label owners to help you guys keep up to date with what's going on with music in Scotland. Later on today, I'm going to have Kapil Seshasayee. Now that I can say his name, I'm going to say it at any opportunity. But we've got him coming in to speak about the single he's just put out, along with the music video, his album that's coming out early next year, but the build up to that. And he's also going to play a song live for us. So, first CHAPcast Live session. Hopefully it goes well and we can get some more in. But first, I'm going to play a song by a band called Watchfires. This is their most recent single called The Bright in Your Bloodstream, and this is from their album that's just come out called A Quiet Rebellion. So this is Watchfires. Okay, hey, so we've got Kapil Seshasayee here.
Well pronounced.
I know. I've been practicing. So how's it going?
It's good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
No, that's all right. You're very welcome. So, I know you've got a new album coming out soon. Is that right?
April next year.
Okay, well, that's relatively soon.
I mean, I'll have a single or two out before that, but there's an album coming out.
Yeah, but there's a single coming out to promote the album.
Yeah, There's been a couple out already. There was one in September 2015, one in April this year, and there'll be another one out in August. So that's the next thing coming up.
Okay, and there's the single is Caustic Wit.
That's a single that's just come out in April. Yeah,
right,
I was touring that for a couple of weeks just there between March and April. So last date I would have played would have been in Glasgow in May, and I'll be picking up the live stuff again in August and then September. So yeah.
All right, okay. So what's the single about? What's the song about?
Caustic Wit.
Yeah.
It's part of the narrative of the album as a whole, but that song, this message specifically in that song is how you can't really make jokes to explain away things that are wrong in your life, I suppose. Like, the song specifically about, like, oh, you can't make jokes about mental illness and expect the mental illness to get better. Sometimes you have to do other things to actually attack that at the source.
So you're saying that you're against joking about things?
No. It's a strange thing. It's a strange mix of, like, joking about things is fine. I'm the exact kind of person the song's directed at. I make jokes to, like, get through things all the time, but the song's essentially about the fact that there's a limit to that, I feel, and that you can't do that for an infinite amount of time. There comes this point where you have to stop and you have to, like, you know, take things head on, perhaps.
Caustic, we won't evade you. Fade away once for us, sailing the curse in spite of us. This is so abrasive in spite of her, but in a way I lost my nerve. Do wanna wait, but I understand what I don't know. But in a way my mistake isn't causing it ain't out here, I know. How could I know? Every time I commit to aesthetic, all the while I am loath to admit it. Every time that I say that I won't, there started to be reason for me to understand the way it works for you. Caustic, we won't evade this. Understand the way it works for you. Truth be told, it's unlikely
So that was Caustic Wit, and So you have a music video.
I
for
do
this.
have a music video for it.
How did that come about? Was that your decision? Were you like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna make
it
a
was-
video.
Yeah, it was the first time I attempted to direct something myself.
Oh,
Actually.
you directed it? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
But it only turned out as well as it did because of the parties involved. Like I'm like their pet project, whereas whenever I want to do a video, we'll get together and we'll like storyboard something and we'll just like go crazy and it'll be great. I don't know, I'd been watching loads of horror movies and I thought I like the idea of like one single take that follows, you know, somebody essentially having a cardiac arrest really slowly over the course of 4 minutes. It doesn't have much to do with the song or the narrative of the album, but I like the idea of the videos being an almost disconnect to what the song was about. Because that in itself would be even more, like, I don't know, disorientating.
I don't know if I was doing something else while I was watching it because I did not pick up on the heart attack thing at all.
There's a... No, I think it's more to be that, I don't know, I've been told loads of different things about it, like Dancer being possessed was one of them. And I get that vibe off it, too,
Okay,
to be
yeah.
fair. Like, he... what was I going to say? The dancer in it, Paul Michael Henry, he runs like a really interesting and really abstract dance festival around the world called Unfix. And that's how I found him. And like, he just sent me a video of all these other things he does, and he's into this really contemporary style of dance where you contort yourself like in ways that make the body seem grotesque. I realize that I'm like miming out what he does, and no one can see that over the podcast.
It's fine. It's for my benefit. and
It's
I
for
like it.
yeah.
It's good. I'm enjoying myself.
This is all for you. But no, I think a large part of the video was just kind of us following him around the room as he improvised the song, and then we just kind of like decided on what the best of those takes were.
So you're saying it had nothing to do with the narrative of the album.
Mm-hmm.
So what is? I know we're actually. Well, I know we were talking about this earlier, but do you want to explain the narrative of the album? Because I feel like the idea of a concept album, or even the idea of like songs in an album telling a story, the idea of that has kind of died out. You find a lot of albums that's just people. Oh, I wrote 10 songs. Here they are together. It's an album.
That's fair. I mean, it wasn't like I was trying to I wasn't trying to recycle the concept behind Dark Side of the Moon or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's funny when I'm like, I don't think of what I do as proggy, but there's a lot of tangents and there's a lot of twists and turns. But I don't know. I feel like there's not enough flutes and dragons in my music. Maybe you need to add more lasers and stuff. Come down on like wires. And
You can always have more dragons.
That's it.
So what is the narrative of the album?
I mean, I think the long and short of it is I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. And it's something I've been growing up with in the background as like an Asian person in the UK who visits family quite often in India and stuff, the south of India. And like, essentially what I wanted to write was like an academic essay about the caste system. It's like a class system that's very prevalent in India, but also in extended parts of like the UK, the US as well, where Asian people tend to settle in large numbers. And I wanted to do like an academic essay about the caste system set to music, essentially. And I like the idea of the album having a narrative where it told loads of small stories that are all connected by the fact that they're all, I don't know, they're all governed by this class system that a lot of Indian people feel the need to uphold, even though it's 500 years old, really outdated.
So did you have like Eastern influence on the music? Did you kind of listen to a lot of?
Yeah. I grew up in a family with multiple classical musicians in it. So a really, really early like one of the first things I ever heard would be when I was a baby was like my 2 cousins who were vocal musicians, like Indian classical vocal musicians, practicing not rudiments is the wrong word, like vocal exercises and that kind of thing. Carnatic music's what they call it. There's a Carnatic violin player called El Subramaniam that I listened to loads in the run up to making this record because I like the idea of sonically referencing his vocabulary so that you're getting a context of where the narrative is pulling from. When I was soundtracking before I was a singer-songwriter, I used to like the idea of referencing things to build a sense of context that the listener might connect to something else in order to draw the right connotations for the piece that the soundtrack was attached to. If that makes any sense. Like the idea of like referencing the parts of India that like the narrative is based in, so that you think of that part of India, but then you think of that unintentionally because of the kinds of phrases you're hearing and the kind of like, I don't know.
So you kind of like created themes for areas in India.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to comment mostly on where my extended family are from because that's where I've got the most experience and that's where I've seen a lot of things go.
So what made you transition from writing soundtracks to films to being a singer-songwriter?
No. Essentially what happened was I used to work in the theatre company doing doing soundtracks and things, and we did a touring projection of The Merchant of Venice to London, and I think it was just I think when I came back from that, it was a lot of effort. And I felt like the return on it, personally speaking, it was a good production, but personally speaking, the return wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I felt like, having been in theatre for a little while, I kind of got the vibe that everyone was kind of in it for themselves. Not that people in music aren't like that, but to a far less extent from what I've understood. But like, I've started promoting in May 2014. So yeah, it's been September 2013 to now gigging and playing under the solo name. Which is my real name as well. I don't know why I said that, but like the promoting's been happening since.
There's nothing wrong with stage names. There's nothing wrong with it.
Do you know when because people always look at my name and think it's like 5 white guys from Portland playing Eastern music from a gift shop CD or something. Like the number of times I've turned out to a gig and they'd be like, "What's in the name? Is it like an Arabic proverb? Like what does it mean?" And I'm like, "My mum thought it'd be funny. Like what do you expect me to say?" But no, I don't know. It's a decidedly uncreative moniker in that it's literally my first and second name, I suppose.
But yeah, sorry. So you mentioned that you do promoting.
Yeah,
well.
promoting something I started in May 2014. My first gig was like putting on a grind band and a couple of noise rock bands in Edinburgh, and I've just been doing that since, and it's been fantastic. The next show I'm putting on is that there's a new Alpha Male Tea Party album out on I think it's out actually. No, the release was last night, and the Edinburgh show for it's next Sunday at Opium. So if you like your math rock, come along. But yeah, I don't tend to discriminate with genres. If I like it, I'll put it on, and it's been good. Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, you've taken some songs to play,
yeah.
which has made my life a little easier because I don't have to try and find some music. So I think we're gonna play. So is it Salò?
Salò. They're not a band I can put on, though. I keep like I don't know. I'll keep dangling many like gold carrots in front of them to try and get them to do anything. This is one of the best. It's not even one of my favorite Scottish albums that was put out last year. It's one of the best things that I think has ever come out of Scotland. No, it's off an album called Tell Us that you can get for free, I think, on Bandcamp. But yeah, the band are called Salò, and this song's called Three Mothers.
Okay, that was interesting.
The hits.
It's just catchy tunes non-stop.
Yeah.
So you've also taken a song by
Heather Leigh. Yeah. She's she's like she's originally from America, but she's now based in Scotland. I think she was like she's part of a greater collective that includes like Richard Youngs and the drummer from the Trembling Bells, whose name escapes me just now, unfortunately. But no, she's like a pedal steel player, and her style's really interesting, and her voice is very distinctive. What grabbed me about the track I chose in particular is
how terrifying it is.
No. But the thing that grabs me about this particular, her stuff is like, well, I've chosen something that's more atmospheric by her standards. Usually, what she does is really like. Yeah, it's very free, it's very abrasive. And I don't know what it is, it's just the way that it's that kind of quiver in her voice, or those really eerie, like high-pitched drones. You were talking about listening to the experience of like...
Yeah, I was listening to it in the train station, and I actually kept pausing the song, because I was hearing noises, and I couldn't tell if it was in the song, or behind me in the train station. And it was making me... Honestly, I was really uncomfortable listening to it.
I reckon it kind of did its job, if that was the case.
I've abused animals, ooh, yeah. As I stood above them, ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ingesting everything, anything. Ooh, yeah. Screamed at the folly until they pissed in front of me. On cold tiles they did. Ooh, yeah. And I'd chase them and I'd beat them. Ooh, yeah. Calling, calling, appeal to me in solitude. I've abused animals. Ooh, yeah. As I stood above them. Ooh, yeah. Towering oppressive, dealing a loaded, watered, standing still. Ooh, yeah. Ingesting everything, anything. Ooh, yeah. And I screamed at Ollie until they pissed in front of me on cold tile, wet tile, and I chase them, beat them. I've abused animals. Ooh, yeah. As I stood above them. Ooh, yeah. Towering oppressive, feeling calling.
Yeah, and that was "I Abused Animal" by Heather Leigh. Thanks,
Anytime.
thanks for making me feel uncomfortable for 4.5 minutes.
I don't need music to do that, but but to have it as an aid to make it worse is fine.
So you've also taken a song by Dog-Faced Hermans.
Yeah. The Dog-Faced Hermans are
Where do
fantastic.
people come up with these band names?
I mean,
Like,
I was like -3 years old or something when they formed, so you can't blame me for that one. No, Dog-Faced Hermans were this incredible noise rock post-punk, I don't know what to call it, band who were originally based in Edinburgh, but I believe they decamped to Europe or something in the latter part of their career, and they were active from like 1986 to 1994 or something. But it's just, I hear this. I think, what was your description of this song? And it was very good. It was like,
oh, it's when I said it was like almost like a combination of the Birthday Party and the Nation of Ulysses.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect description.
Just because it's like that repetitive like bass line, and then like the Birthday Party, but then just weird like discordant trumpets and stuff coming in, like the Nation of Ulysses. It was really odd.
A friend of mine just shared a video of them playing some cafe in Manchester in like 1994 or something like that. And but it's like VHS footage of this band just setting up, and like I think the video's like quite badly edited, so it's a bit you just see them setting up, and you're like, okay, whatever. And they don't look remarkable, but then they just start playing, and you're like, whoa, that bass guitar sounds amazing. And then the drums come in, and they're really like they sound really free, but they're really tight at the same time, and it's brilliant.
Okay. What's I saying? Oh yeah. So my mistake. That was Volkswagen by Dog-Faced Hermans, and the album is called Those Deep Buds. So what's next for Kapil Seshasayee? What's happening?
Well, I've got another single that I'm rounding things off for that's out on the 18th of August. It's via the same label, Loner Noise, based in Liverpool, who put my last single out, and I'll be touring that starting from the week before that in August. So if you watch as far as my Facebook page, Bandcamp, and website are concerned, I'll have updates for that coming up. There'll be a video for that as well, which I'm in the midst of finishing off just now. I want it to be a surprise, so no other details at this point in time.
All right, okay, fair enough. So where have you got tour dates booked already?
Yeah,
Where about you going?
it'll just be the UK this time, but like hopefully some Irish dates as well.
Okay.
So I think I'll be starting on the 11th of August. I think Aberdeen will be my first date, in fact, on the 11th of August, and that'll be until I'll be touring until the 24th of August with some additional dates in Edinburgh as well in September. But like more on that online. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Watch this space.
What's this space indeed? No, thanks so much for having me.
No,
It's
sorry,
to talk
thanks
with
for
you.
coming in.
No,
and thanks,
anytime.
thanks for bringing some music that I'd never heard before. And
No, thanks for trying to
getting
bring
me
me up.
excited, making me scared. Just so many emotions. It's been a roller coaster.
That's what you get with me.
That's why. Thanks for coming in.
No,
and
anytime.
good luck with the single and stuff.
Thank you.
And that is it for episode 9. Thanks for listening. If you guys want to get in touch, you can get in touch via email with chapcastshow@gmail.com or on Facebook, facebook.com/chapcastshow. You can also go into chapcast.com, listen to some previous episodes. There'll be articles and things going up soon, some album reviews and gig reviews and stuff. But that is it for episode 9. We're going to finish the episode, actually. Kapil will finish the episode. He's going to play a song for us live. But thanks again for listening, and I will see you guys in episode 10. This is Kapil Seshasayee playing us out with A Raining Animal Event.
which we've gone, triggers of events that no one foresaw, save for a single moment when you lost your place. Sailing the sequence of events that you had drubbed as fate, saving you again. Magic isn't it? Lands to which we've gone, triggers of events that no one foresaw, save for a single moment when you lost your place. Know what I'm saying? When the sequence of events that you had dubbed as fate, saving you again. Okay, that was the best one, I think.